Greetings, my people. Tonight here at Khorum Coast, I thought we would do a breakdown of the shares and the profit on the land so far, give y'all an overview of how everything is tracking, and actually make a recorded video of it. So, um, I guess first we'll jump right in here through the Ped Flow Center, and we'll go over what we have here. So. You can see I first took over Khorum Coast. I think it was March 21st. So I didn't really get my first payout till the 23rd, but you can see first payout was 112 ped the first day, 159 on the 24th. So, two pretty good days in a row. It's not bad. On the 25th, we made 96 ped. On the 27th, we made 182. On the 28th, it was 231 peds. On the 29th, we made another 66. And on the 30th of March, we made 125. And then I did transfer on the 31st. I transferred the funds out to my own personal account because April is the month that pays me back. It was the first month I took over the land. So the shares for the players aren't involved in April. That money is going back to me to pay for fertilizer cost and get the events up and running. So I did take 975 peds off the card or off the land to my card at that time. So that's why you all will see a transfer here for April. You won't really ever see these again throughout the months because I'm not allowed to transfer peds off the land until the end to make it capable of evaluating how much y'all shares are worth. So since this whole month of April, the money was just for me to pay it back, I was in fact able to transfer, even though it's not May yet. So anyway, on the 1st of April, we got 83 peds. On the 3rd of April, it was 186. On the 4th of April, there was 195. I had to take out another transfer on the 4th, 466. I needed some ped money to pay off some players, and I was running low myself. Yet again, it was my month for payment, so I was able to take it. And I have the money set back to running the land set to the side. I've got a 3K stack in storage. That's the fund for the land, so I'm not taking away from that. I was just paying myself back for putting money into it because the land had technically borrowed from me before these peds had started rolling in, so it had to kind of pay me back a little bit. And then on the 5th, we got 167 peds. On the 6th of April, 177. So I mean, it's pretty good, We're making good payouts every day, y'all. When this comes to the point where the shares are starting to earn by the players, which will be next month for May, we'll start evaluating everything then, and then your payouts will be at the end of May for that. Y'all will actually, if this is tracking like this, have a pretty good amount of shares, I hope. I hope when I split it up at the month and half the profit goes to me and half goes to y'all, that it actually is pretty nice. I mean, it's going to be hopefully a decent chunk of peds that gets saved and split up. So that would be really excellent if I could pay y'all back a little bit for that in a nice way. So on the ninth or on the 8th, we got 87 peds. It was a little low there, sadly, but that's not bad. It's still better than a non-payment. And then on the 9th, we got 121, another good batch. And then yesterday on the 10th, 185. So things are tracking pretty good. That's how the shares are going. Or I mean, not the shares, but that's how the PED's going so far. So yeah, things are tracking pretty good. And that's how the PED's going so far on the land. And that's the value that it's earned. Over here, we still have 892 banked. I'm going to zero this out and clean everything at the end of April. So when May starts, we'll have a complete empty account balance to make it easier for you all to watch every week and see it grow. So on that note, let's switch over to our spreadsheet and we'll go over y'all shares. So one second. All right, so on our Khorum Coast data spreadsheet, you'll see we have our daily payouts with the land makes here on the left. We have fertilizer costs right here in the middle. So far, the fertilizer's been up and down with my adjustments. I haven't really been able to keep a really accurate track as to the cost. So today I decided on the 10th with this video that we would just officially be like, all right, this is what the fertilizer's at, this is the PED value of it, and then we'll just start tracking the fertilizer every day as well. So over here we have our event cost so far. Our grand opening cost us 500 PEDs in prizes. I was really happy to give you all that much out. That was great to have that much earned. And so far in Easter, we've given out 135 PEDs in prizes. Shares, you earn a participant share. Over here, you have your Khorum Coast participant data, and it shows how many hunting globals, the total you've had, the PED value of your mining globals, and how many shares you've earned that coincides with that value. Because every 500 PEDs that you global on Khorum Coast, whether it's hunting or mining, you earn a share, and that's what this is tracked, is to pay y'all back with the PEDs that you get. So the way the land works is right now you're earning shares in April. Your shares earned in April count as a payout at the end of May. They're always a month in advance. So when May comes around, we'll start tracking how much the land makes on a day-to-day basis for May, so you all can know how much these shares will be worth and kind of keep track for the end of the May payout. And the way that works then too is at the end of the month in May, we'll take the fertilizer cost off the top of whatever PED the land is earned for that month, take the fertilizer cost right off the top, and same with events. Depending on if we run an event, I don't know if we'll do an event in May or not, but if we do, that PED actually gets split off the top of the cost of the land, and then the actual profit of the land is in half. I keep half the profit to help pay off the land investment and for myself to keep playing the game, and the other half goes to my participants as a thank you for playing. So these shares are where your half comes in. So every share is worth a coincidental split of how many are earned for your half of the profit. So Valui, for instance, has almost 5 shares. So he would, in theory, if these only 20 shares were earned, he'd have 5% of the profit pool. There is a maximum value of only 5% per share, though. You can't get like 35% just for being the one person that comes out and earns a share or something like that. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, on to what y'all have earned. Valui Lilai Strafkin has earned 2,492 PEDs of globals and has 4.984 shares. Victor Brick Vaughn has 142 PEDs of globals and 0.284 shares. Cypress Breeder League Hill is 441 PEDs of globals and has 0.88 shares. Also, if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not attempting to. It's just Entropia Universe has so many cultures and regions of players, it's hard to know everyone's name pronounced the proper way. So please forgive me on that. Gurulana Pro has 150 PEDs of hunting globals for zero point 0.3 shares. Colin Rahl has 517 PEDs of hunting globals for 1.03 shares. Lawrence Lynchy has 530 PEDs of hunting globals for 1.06 shares. Taurine Tora Alaranth has 697 PEDs of hunting globals and 50 PEDs of mining globals for a total of 1.49 shares. Mark Pearsley Atticus has 89 PEDs and hunting globals for a total of 0.17 shares. Ostrander Pop has 2,822 PEDs in hunting globals for a total of 5.6 shares. Jar J. Sismondi has 112 PEDs in hunting globals and 66 PEDs in mining for a total of 0.35 shares. Sunny Bear Lynn Valentine has 34 PEDs in hunting for a total of 0.06 shares. Scott Dr. H. Joel has 180 PEDs hunting for a total of 0.36 shares. Granny Rowan Render has 815 PEDs hunting for a total of 1.63 shares. Franz X. Fluterman has 226 PEDs mining for 0.452 shares. John Unku Guy 43 Williams has 219 PEDs mining for 0.43 shares. Konstantin Plastic Karlamov has 192 PEDs mining for 0.38 shares. Callista Super Freak Connor has 114 PEDs of mining globals for 0.228 shares. Faith Faye Serene has 295 PEDs of globals for 0.59 shares. So altogether on the land, y'all have earned 9,021 PEDs of hunting globals and 1,162 PEDs of mining globals for a total of 20.366 shares. Now, all these partial shares, if they aren't earned to the full amount, then they go away. So if Girl Lena Pro, if you don't come back here and kind of keep pushing to get yourself a full share, then you don't earn a payout. I don't want to spend the time trying to figure out the microtransactions involved. So all these numbers go away down just to the base amount of shares, just to make it easier and less mental stress on me. I apologize, but that also will encourage you to come and at least make sure you finish off the shares that you have and get your full payout accordingly. Also down here at the bottom, I've got my avatar tracked just for laughs to see what I've earned on the land. And I've got 104 PEDs hunting globals found and 247 PEDs of mining globals. So thank you all for paying attention to this spreadsheet. And we'll go back to Entropia and we'll say goodnight over here on the end of the land, looking out towards the teleporter. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. And hopefully this was a little bit of explanation as to what's going on. And it was slightly entertaining to watch and wasn't too long and painful. So appreciate y'all, like I said, tuning in, and you have a good night. Thank you for playing at Khorum Coast, where you can earn the most.